Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on my top 15 mid-cap cryptos for the next bull run, with around 50x potential being the aim. Now, some of them will not do 50x, some of them will do less, some of them could do more, but I'm basically using this as a framework for this video. Now, I've defined mid-cap gems as anything around 1 billion in market cap and below, all the way down to 100 million, which I would then consider as low cap gems below 100 million. So, with that said, I've looked through so many cryptos, hundreds and hundreds of cryptos, and this is the list that I've narrowed it down to with 15 gems. Now, what I would say is, guys, make sure you're reading into these. Make sure you're going and doing your own research in these. Make a list of the ones you like the most and consider adding some to your portfolio. I think mid-cap gems add a whole host of value to your portfolio. You've got the low cap DGEM ones, which can go and do thousands of X's. You've got the higher cap ones like your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, your Matics, which will probably do 5 to 10X. But then you want some kind of solid mid caps, which aren't too risky, but aren't too safe at the same time. And these add to a really good portfolio. Now, if you want to see the exact coins in my portfolio, if you want to see the exact percentages that I hold these coins in my portfolio, then look in the description. There should be a link to my Patreon, and over there you'll be able to see my portfolio. Do I own all of these, or do I only own a few of these? You'll be able to see for yourself. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, guys, so this is going to be a very long video because obviously I'm not used to making a video with 15 different coins in. So I will try and make timestamps in the description, or in the comment section rather, so that you guys can skip through sections. But obviously try and, absorb as much information as possible, and maybe, add the ones that you like into a list for yourself. So obviously this video isn't financial advice. Make sure you always go and do your own research. So Arewe, this is the first one out of the 15. And by the way, this is in no specific order. These are completely random. But Arewe for me is definitely one of the top tier ones in this list, one of the safest bets. Now, Arewe is actually in the crypto storage sector. This is a sector which I'm extremely bullish on. I like Filecoin, I like Arewe, I like Crust Network, and I like a few more as well. But Arewe is probably my favorite one, if I've got to be honest. Now, it may not be the strongest in terms of potential gains, but I think it's going to give you guys a solid 20x on your money in the next bull run, maybe even more if this whole decentralized storage takes off. I was listening to kind of like a hearing, and one of the guys behind Filecoin, or one of the girls rather behind Filecoin, was essentially saying that you can't regulate crypto as merely financial currencies. There's so much more to crypto than just financial currencies. And this is completely true. You've got things like data storage, you've got things like gaming, and data storage is definitely something which I'm most bullish on. Now, one of the things I like the most about Arewe is that idea of permanent storage. 200 years is what you pay for. So it's never going to go, essentially. And this is something which is extremely valuable and good. I also like the fact that they've got a lot of potential when it comes to institutional usage and enterprise usage. I think this is definitely going to be where the decentralized storage industry takes off, because a lot of companies, a lot of governments around the world are going to want a place to store their data. Think about places like healthcare systems, right? They've got all their logs of their patients' data. They don't want that, prone to being hacked. They want it in a place that's very decentralized and very secure. And that is what Arewe obviously allow for. So this is a project which I'm extremely bullish on. Great project. I don't want to go too much into each one of these coins because there are going to be 15 different ones, but I have made videos on a lot of these projects. The next one is Arewe. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. It's got a market cap of 1 billion, a very high trust score. Obviously 90% of the tokens are in circulation. That's very good. This is a decentralized finance protocol. So obviously with Arewe, I said that, there's more to crypto than just finance, but I'm not downplaying how big DeFi is going to be. And I believe Arewe is going to be one of the biggest, cryptos in this sector. They allow people to basically lend and borrow crypto. This is going to be a huge industry in the future. Arguably, it already is. But if you think crypto is the future of finance, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to do things like lending and borrowing and all of this stuff. Now, there could be potential problems in terms of regulations, because obviously the SEC don't like this idea of staking and lending and borrowing cryptos and all of this. But I do believe if there's going to be one that's going to be big, it's probably going to be Arewe. The next one is Gala Games. And you guys know I'm super bullish on Gala. They are going to be doing a token contract upgrade on the 15th of May. So make sure you pay attention to that. Let's see how it goes. But right now it's trading pretty flat. Obviously, big news coming forward. I think this is the future of gaming, guys. I really, really do. We're still in the very early stages of the gaming crypto industry. And I do think Gala is going to be a leading player in this industry. But they've also got the music. They've also got the film. But I do believe the gaming is probably going to take up around 80% of their market share just because of how big I see crypto blockchain gaming being in the future. The benefit of Gala is they're not relying on one game. Okay, this is a problem with many other cryptos, such as Sandbox, such as Decentraland. These games could become very obsolete in 5 or 10 years. Arguably, they already are becoming obsolete. Gala, however, has that future-proof advantage due to the fact that they can adapt very, very easily. So this is a project, top-tier gaming project. You guys know already if you watch the channel. I do believe this is going to be one in this list that does 50x. I'm looking for Gala to go anywhere between $2 to $3 in the next bull run very, very easily. The next coin on this list is CeeLo. This is one that basically allows for accessibility of banking. I made a video yesterday about 2 cryptos that allow for the unbanked to be banked. And this is one of the big benefits of crypto. CeeLo are essentially allowing people to use their phone number as a way to get into crypto and as a way to access payments. There's many, many people in the world who have very good skills, maybe freelancers, right? But they don't have bank accounts. They have no way of accessing payments. So what can they do? They can resort to crypto. They can use a decentralized method such as CeeLo, where they can then receive stable coins in a decentralized, secure, and fast manner. So this is a project for me which is going to blow up in the next bull run. They've also got their CeeLo dollar, their CeeLo euro, and the Brazilian real as well. So they've got a lot going on with this project, and I only think it's going to get bigger. Decent tokenomics. I do believe we're probably going to see around a 20x on CeeLo in the next bull run. The next one is Trader Joe. Now, this is a huge kind of, I wouldn't say high risk, but it's got so much potential in the future. Okay. This is one of the lower end in terms of the market cap, right? So it's 167 million in market cap. This is definitely one in terms of the lower end of this list, but this one is positioned perfectly for a huge rally in the next bull run. They are essentially a DEX and trading decentralized system where you can stake, you can trade, you can buy and sell NFTs, you can provide liquidity, all of these interesting DeFi things that can go on. Now, the benefit of Trader Joe is that it's on Avalanche, it's on Arbitrum and BNB. So it's on those kind of fringe ecosystems, right? It's not on your Ethereum. Obviously, BNB is high end, but Avalanche and Arbitrum, these are 2 which are probably going to gain a lot of traction in the next few years, especially with Arbitrum being a scaling solution for Ethereum. You may see a lot of projects start to become Arbitrum compatible, and obviously Avalanche also has a very solid ecosystem too. So this is a top tier project in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see this one do around a 20 to 50x in the next bull run. When we look at how low it is compared to the last bull run, we are still down by a lot. So I think it's going to be huge. I also believe this is a great long-term hold if you want if you want a DEX that's also in Arbitrum and Avalanche. So this one's going to be huge in my opinion. The next one is Constellation DAG. This one is very small, so technically it's not a mid cap, but I just wanted to add it in anyway because I do believe it is going to be a mid cap. So this is kind of like your degen in this list if you do want one, guys. Constellation DAG, in my opinion, is extremely undervalued. When you look at some of the partnerships or grants, whatever you want to call it, you've got the US Air Force, technically not a partnership, but it's certainly something to obviously raise attention with. And what they're essentially doing is they're a layer 0, very, very scalable, arguably infinitely scalable, and they're building an ecosystem right now as we speak. So this is a project to watch. Super high risk, high reward. Not really, but in terms of this list, it is one of the higher risk ones. Wouldn't be surprised if we see this one do a 50 to 100x in the next bull run. And arguably, it is ISO 222 compliant. Casper is also a great one, guys. 608 million in market cap. This is more of your safer bet, in my opinion. Again, it's a layer 1, very scalable, also catered towards businesses and institutions. I'm noticing a lot of these projects have actually changed their websites. They've upgraded their websites. So this shows that they are very active. They've got a lot of, development on their project. And what I'm seeing with Casper is that it's absolutely tailored towards institutional usage. Okay, this is where crypto is going to get mass adoption, is through institutions investing in it. And that's what we're starting to see with projects like Casper. They are future proof as well. They can change their smart contracts. That is obviously also something great to see. A lot of these projects do become obsolete. Arguably Solana. Some people say Cardano. I'm not too sure about that one, but a lot of these crypto projects become obsolete very, very fast. Usually a crypto lasts around 4 or 5 years, and then no one's really talking about it. So Casper are obviously protecting themselves against that obsolescence, if that's even a word. And that's obviously great to see. The next one is Flux. I spoke to the CEO of Flux on a AMA over on my channel, and the guy behind this, Dan, he is an extremely intelligent, ethical man, in my opinion. And he's got a lot of great plans with this project. They have such a wide vision. They're trying to tackle the web services. They're trying to tackle Amazon Web Services and the dominance of the centralization that they have had for so many years now. I don't believe, Flux are going to take over Amazon Web Services, but I certainly believe they're going to put in a great challenge to them, right? Now, what are Flux doing? They're trying to improve the infrastructure of websites and basically of the entire web. So they are the Web3 infrastructure for the next form of the web. And I believe they will have huge adoption, and they already do, arguably. Okay, you've got projects like Presearch, projects like Kadena, all linking into Flux and the Flux ecosystem. Just go and check out their ecosystem, guys, and I'm pretty sure you'll be impressed. The founder's got, or the CEO's got, a great vision, an amazing vision for the future, and he really believes in decentralization. Another benefit of this one is that it is layer 1 and it is proof of work, or proof of useful work, I believe. I think that's a consensus mechanism. And essentially, that means that it is much more linked to good regulation, good regulatory approval, if that makes sense. Because Flux is a proof of work project. We know that the SEC doesn't like proof of stake. They don't like proof of work, but arguably they're a bit more against proof of stake due to the fact they haven't attacked Bitcoin. I do believe Flux is one which they won't attack too much as well. So certainly one to watch if you want a good bet against regulatory attack. Another one with a similar position is Kadena. This is another layer 1 proof of work project. Arguably, it's better than Bitcoin. I don't believe it's going to overtake Bitcoin before people start saying in the comments, but it is one to watch. They've got a good ecosystem as well, and they are tailored to adoption. Some people have concerns about the circulating supply. However, what I will say about this is it is not a worry for me. The reason for that is that Kadena are going to release the tokens over, I believe, 200 years. So we're not going to be worrying about this. It's going to be very gradual. So it's certainly not something to cry about. So, don't be too upset about the circulating supply. It's not too much of a worry, in my opinion. And that comes from someone who has huge scrutiny of projects with low circulating supplies. SingularityNET is the other one in this list as well. This is an AI cryptocurrency. I've talked about this one so much. Ben Goertzel, absolute genius behind this project. I don't believe the rally's over. A lot of people ask me, Archie, this one's pumped so much in the last few months. Is the rally over? No, I do not believe it is. When you zoom out, you can see we are still, yes, we're making new all-time highs in terms of market cap, but in terms of price, we've still got a lot to go up. And look, guys, AI is the future. AI is the future. We're not anywhere near the end of AI development. If anything, we're just at the beginning, especially when it comes to blockchain-based AI. So I wouldn't be worrying too much about this one. I think we are still getting started long term. This could be a great hold for 5 to 10 years. And I know that sounds crazy, but it really, really could. I think AI is the future. And I think putting AI on the blockchain calms a lot of people in terms of these concerns around ChatGPT being very centralized, very biased politically. So for me, SingularityNET is another great project. I'm trying to go through these quick, guys, because there is 15, right? And I don't want to make this a 30-minute video. And I am starting to lose my train of thought. So we'll go straight through these. Decentralized Social is another one. This one has a market cap of 119 million. So again, it's on the lower end. Another one that is trying to decentralize Web3. Think about all the censorship. Think about all the centralization that's been going on in Web3. Desso are trying to solve a lot of those issues. It's a layer one blockchain as well. So this isn't the next Twitter. What this allows for is for the next Twitter to be built upon. That is the key distinction that you need to understand. You could have a situation where the next YouTube, the next Twitter, the next Patreon are all built upon Desso. It's very, very possible due to the fact that they are essentially a layer one blockchain that caters towards high data storage and these types of things that obviously social medias require. So great to see. It's also going to be cheaper to store data than centralized options. So there's so many benefits with this one. I would highly recommend that you check it out and add it to your watch list and just do some more research on it. Next one is Theta. Again, another Web3 competitor. Theta are actually in the video industry. Now, one thing that I want to always highlight to people with Theta is the partnerships. The partnerships are like no other cryptocurrency. When you go into the enterprises and you start to see the companies that are linked to this, this is where you truly realize the potential for this project. You've got NASA, you've got Katy Perry, you've got Samsung, you've got Sony, right? Huge, huge names. You've got Google. I mean, where else do you see these types of names linked to a cryptocurrency other than Theta? I think this one's going to be huge. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this one do an easy 30x in the next bull run. If we look at how high it went in the last bull run, it's actually 12x down from where it was in the last bull run or more. So if you assume that it's going to maybe do a 2 or a 3x more than what it did last bull run, that's logical to assume. You'd probably be expecting Theta to do something like a 25 to a 40x in the next bull run. And I know it sounds ambitious, but it's certainly doable, especially when you consider all of the tokens are out, right? 100% circulating supply, and you consider the partnerships. This one's definitely the future of video on the web. The next one is Injective. I haven't really spoke about this one too much on my channel, but I know a lot of Crypto Ceph's viewers are interested in this project. Obviously, Crypto Ceph called this one out very early on. I have known about this project for quite a while, but I never really dig deep into it. Recently, I've started digging deeper into this project, and I do realize the potential. I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's an ecosystem which is huge, and I do believe we are still not anywhere near the end in terms of the growth of this project. Yes, it's been on quite a parabolic run, but when you zoom out, guys, the price, we are still quite far from all-time highs. Now, again, you've got this disparity between the price and the market cap, but still, I do believe we're going to probably see another 5x or so from here in the next bull run, maybe even a 10x at the heights. But yes, we have rallied a lot. But again, I don't believe we're anywhere near the end. And I do think this one's going to be a big long-term project. The next one is Mutable X. This one's in the gaming space. So I'm trying to give you guys such a big variety here. I'm trying to give you guys loads of different cryptos. I don't want to just give you payment cryptos. I don't want to just give you gaming cryptos. I've given you AI cryptos. I've given you infrastructure cryptos. I've given you payment cryptos. So many different ones, right? And this is the beauty of crypto, is it's such a wide-ranging industry. So what do Mutable X do? They essentially allow for games to build their NFTs and things like this on the blockchain. So loads of stuff, loads of games are linked to them. They allow games to be powered, okay? So Mutable X power all of these games. You can see here, Planet Quest, Guild of Guardians, Illuvium. This is one a lot of people talk about, and many, many more. I think this one's going to be huge. I think it's going to be here for a long time. It's definitely here to stay. And when you look at the companies that are looking at it, when you look at the projects that are linked to it, this one's the future, guys. I'm just telling you straight up. 900 million market cap. Would not be surprised if we see this one do an easy 20x in the next bull run, because look how much traction it's getting right now. Okay, we're not even near the next bull run yet, or maybe we are, but look how much traction it's getting right now. This is already performing really, really well in this bear market. And this for me is a great indication that next bull run is going to be one of the top performers in that higher cap sector of crypto. The final one, guys, and this has been a long video, probably one of my longest ever. The final one is Audius. Okay. This is a niche cryptocurrency. Okay. This is a high risk one. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but the music industry is huge. And if there's any crypto which is going to dabble in the music industry and any crypto that's going to dominate the music industry, look no other than Audius. They've got a mobile app already. They've got it on the Google Play Store and the App Store. It looks okay, right? It kind of gives me SoundCloud vibes. It'd be good if they could make it kind of dark mode, make it look a bit more like Spotify, you know? That would be good as well for the user interface. But they are getting some good musicians on their side. You've got the likes of Katy Perry. You've got the likes of Jason Derulo. Okay, some big names there, Chainsmokers. So this one's going to be the future. I do like the idea of making music accessible for everyone, lowering the fees, basically giving back to the artists, right? They're the ones who make the music. They shouldn't be having like 80% of their income taken off them and given over to the platform, right? They should be making loads of money, and that's what Audius are allowing for. So it's a win-win on both sides. You know, you can't just cater towards the customers. You can't just cater towards the the musicians. You've got to cater towards both. It's got to be a win-win for both parties, and that is what Audius are doing. The musicians make more money, and the viewers make more money, right? Because you can earn tokens, you can earn money just off listening. Listen to earn. So Web3 is the future, guys. If there's going to be a music crypto which is going to blow up, it's going to be Audius. And like I said before, the music industry is huge. This could easily go to like 10, 20 billion in the next bull run if you start seeing a lot of musicians get on board with it. Okay. Again, it's not down too much from all-time high, but it's holding up okay, right? So next bull run, this one could be huge. The question is now, out of this whole list, because I've gone through 15 different cryptos in 20 minutes. Obviously, I've gone through them really, really quickly. You have to do so much more research than what I've done in this video. The question is, what is the most high risk, high reward crypto in this list? Which one has the most potential in terms of gains? And it's a really difficult question. But if I had to say to you guys, which one has the most potential in terms of gains, I'm going to have to go for Gala. I'm sorry. It's just the one for me which could 50x or is the most likely to 50x in the next bull run. You have got, Constellation DAG, which is more of a degen play. But personally, I think Gala is that one that's going to most likely guarantee you that 50x that we're looking for. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure to check out my Patreon page. If you want to see which cryptos I'm holding, hit the link in the description. Join the premium tier and you will get access to my portfolio. But if you want a lot more, if you want to be scooping up projects like SingularityNET when I was, right, I'm up around the 10x on it. If you want to be scooping up these projects super early on when they're low cap gems, right? Singularity was a low cap gem when I was buying it, 40 million in market cap. It's now considered a mid cap gem. If you want to get these projects super, super early on, the best place to be is in my Patreon group. Just join it for a month and see if you like it. You don't have to be tied to it all year. See if you make money in the month that you're in it. See what content and what, valuable information you get. And then it's your choice if you continue, guys. I recommend the VIP Plus tier. This is the one that most people go for. This gives you the Telegram access, super active community. I say it all the time, guys. Your network is your net worth. If you want to find people who are like-minded, millionaires in crypto, great people to connect with and talk to, this is the group to be in. There's no better group in the crypto space. I highly have conviction in that belief. Thank you all for watching. I know it was a long one. Apologies if I lost steam towards the end. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.